Welcome to Cannoncast, the Cannonball Festival podcast where you can meet the artists of the festival one-on-one. Cannonball is a performing arts festival in Philadelphia and is a hub of the Philadelphia Fringe Festival. We present new and groundbreaking work from local, national, and international artists working in dance, theater, circus, and other performing arts. Today, I speak with Beth Applebaum and Daniel Brucker of Antihero Theatre about their show, Zap. With us in the studio is an interpreter from Hands Up Productions, Brandi Mazick. Cannoncast and Cannonball send out a huge thank you to Hands Up Productions, who provided ASL interpretation for today's episode. At Hands Up Productions, we believe the arts should be accessible to everyone. For over 18 years, our nationally recognized team of ASL interpreters has brought the magic of live theater, concerts, and cultural events to deaf and hard-of-hearing audiences. From Broadway-style productions to local performances, we provide personalized, professional service that makes every show an inclusive experience. Visit handsupproductions.com.
For anyone watching the video of this, I'll just say my name is Jeff. I'm the host of Cannoncast. And I'm here with Daniel and Beth and our interpreter. Thank you all for being here with us.
This is Daniel, of course, and this is Beth. Thank you so much.
I'd love to hear a little bit about. Well, okay, actually, I was going to ask about the show title, but I'm very curious in the company title. Could you tell me about the name Antihero?
This is Beth. So, sure, we could talk about that. My name is Beth, and this is my sign name. And we wanted to establish a deaf theater company here in Philadelphia because really there was nothing here in Philly. There are a few in different areas. There's one in New York City, there's one in California, but nothing here. Nothing in Philly, nothing local. And we thought, let's go ahead and do it. Why not? There's nothing stopping us. And there is a big need in the arts community here in Philadelphia for theater. And specifically for deaf, hard of hearing, and whatever variety of disability people have in the community to establish something here in the Philadelphia area. So we took the bull by the horns and just decided to do it. And that's where we started. And then we thought about a name for the company. You know, what would we call our company? And we thought about it for a while, and we came up with the idea of Antihero Theatre Company because we wanted to showcase and represent theater on stage with people that maybe society doesn't expect to see on stage, taking the lead on stage and really sharing their stories. And we thought we should have that opportunity to be the main character in our own stories, in our own lives. And so we wanted to bring that to stage and showcase it. And really, there's such a wide variety of skills and artists out there all over. And we wanted to give them a platform to be there, to be present, to be seen, to develop their work or to originate some work. And really sort of change theater in a way of new expectations. Break the norms. That's really the goal, and that's sort of where the concept of antihero comes from. And this is Daniel. Adding to that, we reconnected after many years. We first met 20 years ago. This September will be 20 years ago. And we've gone through different things. We've been through different programs. We both have been in the theater community for a long time. We graduated at the same time from RIT, and then we went our separate ways. We both followed our journeys, and which led us back here to Philadelphia. And that time when I moved to Philadelphia, and also for Beth, we thought there's no deaf theater program, and we were hungry for that. And there's a deaf theater company that I've been involved with in other areas for a long time, but I really wanted the theater company here. I put that idea on hold. And then when Beth and I reconnected maybe 3-4 years ago, we had the opportunity to be involved in this wonderful agency called Hands Up. And Hands Up places interpreters for different theater productions. And we are both what we call ASL coaches for these productions, both Beth and I. And that's when we met and reconnected after many years apart. And we got talking one night and we were like, yeah, you know what? We are on the same page with this. We both want to see this happen. And that's where Antihero came from. And the rest is basically history. We've been having this conversation and here we are with our first production. It happened really pretty quickly, but it's not even, it might seem quickly, but it's been something that we've been percolating for a long time. And then finally we had this wonderful brainstorming session and we did it. We pulled it together and now here we are.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan of the name. I feel like it implies a lot about how our culture like wants certain people to take certain roles and certain people to be the hero of things. And it feels like an exciting challenge to modes of thought, especially in a medium or an art form that often wants to be challenging itself and challenging its own norms, and maybe falls short in its more like traditional versions.
Yeah, this is Danielle. I absolutely agree with that because when we developed the story Zah, which is this production that we're having in the festival, there are 4 characters in the script. And we thought we wanted them to all be signing, and we had auditions, and with the cast, we were thrilled because the cast members are amazing. Their skills are varied. And it's just been an amazing, wonderful, positive experience for the two of us. And as a deaf production, it was a big challenge to bring in deaf actors from all over the country. We reached that far and wide, but we were very fortunate. We found local people from Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I'm so excited to be working with these amazing, amazing actors. The cast is just fantastic. And this is Beth. And also, I want to mention that it's such a variety of backgrounds within the theater as well. Like some of them have never experienced. This is the first time on stage. Some have some years of experience, but haven't really had the opportunity to shine. And so this has been such a wonderful experience to see how this process has developed thus far. And we're very grateful for this opportunity and for the festival to accept our submission because, the Cannonball Festival, it's really giving us that platform to establish something and to show something that we have wanted to show for a very long time. And this is Daniel. I agree because, as I said, this has been a few years conversation, but we were able to find a venue and there's so many different venues we got different theaters, but where would it work? And I had a good friend who said to me, they have here in Philadelphia several different venues, and I had not heard about that. And then he told me also about the festival, and I reached out to them, and I could see what some of your priorities were. And so I submitted the application, and when we got in, it was just everything happened. It just snowballed after that, and it was amazing. It was amazing. This year has just been phenomenal. We are so thrilled to be part of Cannonball Festival.
A cannonball snowball.
Exactly. Right. That's that. That's it. That you have to know. Yeah, absolutely.
And you said the cast is 4 people?
Well, really, the total cast is 8. So we have 4 signing cast members, and we have 4 voice actors. So it's 4 and 4.
So cool.
This is Daniel. Yeah. So the signing actors you will see on stage, and the voice actors will be on stage, but they'll be a little bit more behind the set necessarily. So we have talked about at the time we were visualizing what the stage would look like. We're trying to figure out blocking and things like that. And we were able to see the stage is bigger than we expected with the venue that we're in. And so we thought we're going to be a smaller space and we might have limited room, but now we have a larger space. And so the actors are be able to move around more, and the voice actors at this point in time now can be a little bit more part of the story, but behind the scenes still a little bit as well. And we're very excited that we have such a nice size stage so that we can feature our signing actors, but also allow our voice actors to shine a little bit.
That's especially cool just because of how often you see signing translators are often like to the side of the main thing. This feels like a cool and an interesting challenge to place the spoken version similarly, like a little to the side, and feature the signing.
Right. So you can hear them. We want to make sure you're able to hear them. And this is bad. And also acknowledge and feel that their presence is there. They are on stage. They're there. We don't want to hide them. We don't want to push them to the side. Not at all. They are an important, valuable member of the production. And we want to honor that as well.
For sure, for sure.
So we wanted to include them, but spotlight the deaf people too.
For sure, yeah. Are you in the middle of rehearsals right now, or at the beginning, or nearing the end of a rehearsal process?
This is Beth. So right now we're more of late beginning of the rehearsal process. We are on a short break currently. We will be returning to our rehearsal schedule, not this week, next week in November. So we have had a full week's worth of totally immersive on stage rehearsals. We've done all of that. And now we need to sort of dive into the story a little bit more, the character development, play around a little bit more, experiment, the fun stuff, I think. And I think we took care of all of the struggles and the difficult things. We've managed to get through that. And now we get to just dive into the good stuff. And I'm excited about that. And this is Daniel. Our first week of rehearsals, we were able to see the chemistry, and everybody bonded really, really well. The cast is very supportive of each other, and it's so nice to see that. And I absolutely love that. Yeah. And then also our voice actors, our 4 voice actors, they all know ASL as well. And so oftentimes the voice actors might be able to say, they're very skilled with, some voice actors are not as skilled with ASL themselves. They're just voice actors. But these voice actors are actually skilled within the language of American Sign Language as well. And that way, everybody is fully engrossed and fully involved in the production. It's more like a family. It's like a community.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really awesome. It touches my heart, says that.
And did you say this was your first production as a theater company?
This is Beth. Yes, this is our first production. It's our first on-stage production.
Wow.
Yeah. Daniel is saying, yeah. The first time that myself, I've written a play, the first time that Beth helped me do some editing. But really, this is the very first time I've written a full production and had it staged. In the past, I've written a few things, but then set them aside. I wasn't satisfied with them. But this is the first time that we've collaborated and really written a full show. And it's a little mix of fantasy, a little mix of crime noir, a little mix of fairy tale, and it's also a crime noir story, and it's a little mix of everything in there. And it became the show. And in one case, we have 4 scenes, right? 1 act with 4 scenes. It's pretty tight. But I was able to write the script, and Beth helped me edit it, and now it's on stage, and it's amazing.
How did you or let me ask it this way. Are there any particular inspirations or pieces of media that you've sort of drawn on for working on this?
Yes, this is Beth. Actually, we use, I guess, the mixed media in a sense, right? We will have projections on stage of images, and Daniel, we use Greek mythology is also engaged in this show. And so we will have some projections of a Greek person, perhaps. I'm not going to tell you who. I don't want to give away too much. And we will have projections of different silhouettes. So you'll be able to see sort of the film happening. Mm-hmm. And we feel as though you might be like, whoa, there's something happening behind the screen. There's something back there. There's not really, but it's just a projection that we will be shooting ahead of time. And you will see some black and white film that we're doing as well. And so as those projections are happening here, it's all happening here in Philadelphia. We'll have different buildings filmed and things. We want the theater goers to feel that this is such a unique perspective, but it's almost like a fantasy world. It's a different universe, but it's still here within Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like you're watching a black and white crime fantasy movie in real life. And this is Daniel. I mean, you know, the Twilight Zone, the old TV show, The Twilight Zone. You would have different episodes in different commentators. You would like be there within a different universe. It's sort of very similar to that sort of experience.
Okay.
And if I were going to say that I sort of borrowed from anything, it would be that show.
This is making me think about like children's theater as well, because it's such a. Are you also working in children's theater as well, or?
This is Beth. My experience growing up, I was involved in community theater as a child in New Jersey. I was part of that, but specifically as something that I'm doing right now, developing theater for children, I'm not against the idea. I'm just not necessarily doing it right now. As I said, we just started this, so it could become possible if we develop maybe some kind of workshop for high school or middle school kids, or even elementary age deaf students to maybe get involved in theater. And anything is possible right now. We're open to it all.
Yeah.
And this is Daniel. For me, I have worked at a deaf school for 12 years, and I've done a few shows with the high school kids, and the little kids come and watch. We did 1001 Nights, Arabian Nights. And we also did Aesop's Fables. And we did Romeo and Juliet a while ago. And The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So those are some of the productions we've done at the school. So the high school kids perform it, and they're all in ESL. And the younger kids come and watch. And so I got to lead some of that. But this is my first time professionally leading it. But I have done a lot of like work with kids, teenagers, and stuff at the deaf school where I am employed.
That's awesome. I remember I worked at a daycare for like 2 years in Seattle. And after I finished, I sort of thought I would love to just like continue doing this, but like for adults, like making spaces for adults to play games and like be silly, like all those things that kids are so good at doing, but that sometimes adults, it gets sort of like packed away in all of our sort of societal norms and things.
And this is Beth, and that really connects very clearly with our inner child, right? And I get that. And that's where the enjoyment of theater, I think, comes from. It's experimenting, it's playing, it's being immersed in that, and sharing ideas and brainstorming to totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
This is Daniel. I think we can talk a little bit about Zap. Well, another thing that we're very grateful for in regards to the show Zap is we do have one person, a designer, who is also deaf, who has reached out to us and said, oh, I noticed you guys are doing a show. I want to be able to help and make costumes. And, you know, we thought, oh, well, you know, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do that, and we would just have to handle it ourselves. But this wonderful designer reached out to us and offered their services, and we had a meeting, and this designer is making amazing costumes. We've seen some rough sketches, and I think they're going to look really, really great. And we've had a great deal of community support as well, and we're very grateful for that. And this is Beth. It's very exciting to see the response just from the general community here in Philadelphia, but in particular for the deaf arts community. We have had people reach out to us directly that they're very excited. As of right now, with this production and hopefully with future productions as well. So we are doing some fundraising right now because we really want to be able to thank everybody for all the time and energy and commitment and work that they've given to us. And so it's been great. That's been really wonderful. Mrs. Daniel, whatever your experience or not, we want to make sure we're able to give back because everybody's working hard for us. And even though we've only had the 1 week of rehearsals, there will be a lot more coming. And it's a big investment. It's a huge investment that they're giving us. And we really want to respect their work.
Hell yeah. Sometimes I'm just very excited by humanity.
Absolutely. And this is Daniel. I keep in mind, here in the deaf community in Philadelphia, I've noticed it can be a bit scattered. And you can reach out to each other, but the challenge is trying to bring everyone together. And I have noticed more and more with the responses that we're getting that this show, I think, is going to help the Philadelphia deaf community feel excited about something, to feel unified about something, to come together with something. And just the amount of support, and it's fine, just bring it out. But there are a lot of deaf people out there in Philadelphia, and we hope that this is going to help that deaf community to develop new connections. Doesn't matter if you want to be involved in theater or not, but we have this here. We want to be proud of what we have to offer to our community here in Philadelphia.
Nice. Yeah, you really become sort of a lightning rod in a way when you start something new like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one other thing that I've noticed is we've been doing our work here and we ran rehearsals last week. And we thought that, okay, we were ready if anything would come up. We're ready. We got this. And we've been meeting on a fairly constant basis. And we've been working out some agreements and some disagreements. But we felt ready. We're ready for the rehearsals. We're ready for production. And then, we're like, right, it'll be all right. It'll all be all right. If I can add to what you just said, Daniel, also, I think that it's important to remember why we're doing this. We have a passion about this. We are motivated to be involved in theater. We want to do this. We want to be there. If we didn't want it, then it would be worthless. Why would we even be trying? I mean, there would be no purpose. So that's our perspective, to remember that this is something we have wanted. We have wanted this for a long time. Both of us, we have been talking about this for 4 years. And this is Daniel. I absolutely agree with you, Beth. And, we've been working on this. And as I said, we both have full-time day jobs that we're doing. But the energy we have for these rehearsals is so powerful. It's there. It's not like we're going home and we're tired. But we're like, hey, we have rehearsals. And we're excited about it, even though we've just worked a full day already. And our rehearsal is like 6 to 9 at night. And it's great. We're all like looking forward to it. We're excited. We finish day jobs. We go to the rehearsal space and our energy comes up. It's like we get recharged just by being there. Just also wanted to say, as we're getting closer to the end, I want to be able to be so grateful for everything. And I would like to add that we are so grateful to the Arden Theater Company. And the reason for that is because we have a wonderful collaboration with them from the beginning of this year. And we have been involved with the Holy Grail from Memphis, the title of the show. And it's a production that includes a lot of deaf actors, or one deaf actor, a single deaf actor named Fred Beam. And I think this is his sign name, Fred. And so Daniel has also been involved in that production. And also I'm the director of ASL. He's the director of arts. Artistic sign language. Right? Thank you for that clarification. So some people think it's one acronym that he's the director of ASL, but that's not it. He is for the theater term it means the director of artistic sign language. They're slightly different, but that's what Danielle is doing with that production. And it's been amazing, like that the Arvin reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing this, and out of the blue, completely out of the blue. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. And I've been working with the hearing actors who are learning a little bit of sign. I've been teaching them a little bit of sign. I've been working with Fred as well. Fred is amazing. I mean, just a phenomenal actor. He doesn't really need me at all. We've had very small conversations, but I'm mostly working with the hearing actors. And at the Arden, their relationship with me and with Beth, and working as assistant DASL as well at the Arden. So, I mean, it's been fantastic. Beth is clarifying. I work with the assistant director of the production, and just as on a one-on-one sort of position, giving some signs that are related to theater terms, vocabulary, so that she is able to communicate clearly with Fred, the actor.
Yeah.
And our involvement with that production and the connection with the Arden has been so amazing. So the two of us realized, being involved with the Cannonball Festival, and we were trying to figure out where we could have our rehearsals, and we were reaching out to people, and the Arden company said, yeah, absolutely. They could give us a space, and they worked it out. We were able to sign a few contracts with them, and it's been amazing to have that space for rehearsals, and we are so deeply grateful to the Arden Theatre Company for that, and we want to acknowledge that so much. Yeah, we are deeply grateful for them and their time. It wasn't for them, I think we would have struggled greatly to find a rehearsal space. So we are very, very grateful for the Arden. And all of our cast have been able to this has been such a phenomenal space. So we are so grateful. And I'm hoping to continue that collaboration in the future. I certainly hope so.
I'm sort of curious. This is sort of a totally random tangent, but I'm curious if I'm always looking out for book recommendations. Have you been reading any good books?
I haven't had the chance to really rest and do any reading. I've been doing a lot of research also for my other play. I'm not writing another play yet, but I'm working on some research for another play. So I've been reading I've been reading The African Queen, like that old book. It's very old. It's a very, very old book. And it is quite dated, but the reason I'm reading it is because I'm so fascinated with the idea of the jungle and the concept of characters and how they talk in the old times. And I do think my next play down the road, I will incorporate some of these things. But that's the book I'm sort of reading right now. Yeah.
Nice. I'm trying to write a play right now myself based around some Greek god retellings. There you go. Maybe you two should collaborate. Yeah. And Daniel's like, oh, I'd be very interested in seeing that. It's about Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, coming home to find all of her siblings dead around her dining room table.
Ooh, Daniel said, oh. Are you still writing it, or you working?
Oh, I think I'll be writing it forever.
Okay, that's
I don't know if I'm ever.
And that is I've been there too. Yeah. I have so many that I have not unfinished projects. So many. And Daniel's like, hey, come on, you got to finish. Yeah. Oh, I know. And this is Daniel. We have talked a lot about so many different ideas. We have such a list of them, and when I mentioned the concept of Zap with the Greek mythology and the fairy tales sort of matched up together. And then we had some other ideas as well of Greek mythology, fairy tales, what have you. I mean, we have lots of different ideas. This is the one we're working on, but we have some other ideas that will also incorporate Snow White, maybe Poseidon.
Ooh.
And I don't know, who knows, Beauty and the Beast, whatever. We have all these different little pieces that we are thinking about pulling in.
Well, and I feel like this is why it's so helpful to have a collaborator and a community because it sort of grounds us and forces us to finish those projects or finish a project together.
Right, yes. Accountability.
Yeah.
That says I get that. And this is Daniel. Yeah. I'm not to brag necessarily, but people are like, how long have you been writing Zap? And I'm like, a day. Right, a day. But we have been in conversation for quite a long time, and it's inspired, right? And I mean, I got the idea on a Sunday morning. I just sat down to start writing it, and it just, the whole thing. And this is Beth. I think he's mixing up some of these things. He took a lot of ideas from us, and I mean, it's fun. Basically, it was sort of like one thing thrown down on paper in one day, and he sent it to me and said, "We're doing this," and I was like, "Okay, well, so we'll see what happens." It wasn't expected, but it happened, and it's funny because I reached out to him. This is Daniel again. I was like, "Here we go. Here's the script." And I was surprised, that I was able to even write it like that. But I think the inspiration was there, and so it happened. And this is Daniel again. The first time I wrote the script, obviously, we went through a great deal of editing. That's like, yes, we did. But yeah, back Daniel was like, we did do a great deal of editing. So what you're going to see on stage in the fall is not the exact script that I wrote. No. I don't think so. I think we might have tossed most of that out. I don't know. This is Daniel. I have a question for you. So what is your goal? Do you have any type of specific genre that you want to write in? What are your goals? What are you looking to accomplish yourself?
I think the genre that I'm looking at right now is mainly plucky comedic retellings of Greek myths.
Ooh, you get challenged.
So like,
okay, I can visualize that. I can see that
because it's like a Greek tragedy. It's death in the family and the death of the gods, but it's also Hermes and Hestia are roommates and they sort of solve a murder mystery together. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The other one,
Daniel's like, I like that because I agree with you. I mean, in the past, a couple of years ago, you were watching, we were writing a script called, you could say, Prometheus. Thank you, Prometheus. I could not remember. You picked the show, not me. Right, no, you're right. I did pick the show. So we went to see the show, and I'm always fascinated by that sort of story, about like the gods being punished or what have you. And so I got this script, and I was reading the script, and it was a big challenge to try and put that into ASL. I knew it was possible to do it, but it took a long time to try and do that translation, and it was very, very complicated. We had to be very imaginative and very expressive, and to be able to put it. It was possible, but it was time consuming. And so me, mostly, I wanted to do this, but we were talking about it together. And we finally decided we put it on the shelf for the time being. I do want to see that on stage in sign language, just because I've never seen it. I don't think anywhere in the country has produced that in sign language, so it would be quite a challenge. But I think it's possible. Just haven't had the time to really tackle it yet. But what you were talking about, the idea of the Greek tragedy, this is also a tragedy, and so it would be fascinating. Yeah, Beth is saying it's very heavy.
Ooh. The other play that I haven't started working on, but I have like a very rough outline of, is called Three Fates, Two Cats, and Me. And it's all about the younger sister of the three fates. And her two cats. And her job is just to keep the yarn organized.
Are you a cat guy?
Yeah.
Me too, Daniel. Me too. I'm a cat guy.
Yeah, we have 3 cats. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Beth is saying, I have a roommate's cat.
Yeah.
Not my cat, but it's my roommate's cat. but it lives with me.
Yeah.
So almost the same. Daniel said, I have one.
Okay, after this, we will trade cat pictures, and we'll all look at each other's cat pictures. If you want.
Oh, Daniel, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is there any last thoughts that you want to share with audiences that are coming out to see Zap?
Maybe 10 years ago, I saw this one writer commenting about the idea of people leaving or you read a book or watch a movie or watch a play. And then when you leave, I want that dialogue to continue. That means the production was a success. And I want the Zap audience to keep talking about it. I want them to talk about what they've seen, what they saw, what they heard, what the actors were doing. Even if it's criticism, I want that dialogue going. That's the goal, right? I want people to leave. If they just leave and never mention again, I don't know if it was a success. If they leave and they're talking about it, I'm satisfied. And Beth is saying, I think also, I want to regenerate people coming to the theater, especially our deaf and hard of hearing and disabled community. They don't have enough exposure to theater experiences. So therefore, when they do go to watch a show every once in a great while, there's always the concern of missing out. Did I understand? Or I don't like this show. Does that mean that I didn't get it because I didn't like it because I'm stupid? Is there something wrong with me? And that's not it at all, really. That's part of the theater experience, you know? You have a right. You have a permission to have an opinion. And your criticism, your feedback, theater is art. It's part of the artistic community. And I think that it's time that we provide an opening to all of these people, to larger audiences. That's all. That is really my goal. And I hope to inspire them to want to come and watch more theater and not have to worry about access at all. We're providing. It's there. It's ready for you. And Daniel said, absolutely, 100%.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you again to Beth and Daniel for speaking with me about your work. And thank you to Brandi for interpreting for us. This would not be possible without the accessibility services you provided. And as always, thank you to you, our listeners and viewers, for spending this time with us. Zap runs September 2nd, 13th, and 28th at the Louis Bluver Theater at the Drake.